When I was in junior high and high school, I sometimes wondered if the clock had stopped moving, and then, or if somebody had like stopped time. It just seemed like time just wasn't moving. And then, as I get older, time seems to be moving faster and faster. Where did 2024 go? Here we come to the end of 2024. It just seems to be passing by so quickly. And even older people tell me that time goes by faster as you get older in your older years. Seems a little bizarre, but that's the way it is. The gospel writings just seem to skim over Jesus' junior high and high school years. They just fast forward right to his baptism and go from there. But we catch a glimpse in today's gospel reading. But this gospel reading reveals a couple things to us. The first thing is that the Holy Family is a good example for all of us, all of our families. But we can receive a little comfort into our hearts that there was obviously misunderstanding or miscommunication in this situation. One of the friars often says communication, 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 how important that is. And yet even the Holy Family, is flawed in this area. And Jesus likely is of the age where he spent most of the time in Jerusalem with his friends and his relatives. And so Mary and Joseph are not too concerned about him. And they probably think that he is somewhere in this big group of people as they travel. And yet they realize later that Jesus is missing. Now, of course, the other thing that can bring us comfort is that even though Mary is holy, she said yes to God in a very big way, she has anxiety. And so, in our moments of anxiety, our moments of worry, we can be in solidarity with our Blessed Mother. Now, we also come to realize that Jesus has grown into an understanding of who he is. We have to believe that Jesus had to grow in an understanding of who he was. And so at the age of 12, he has discovered that he has a unique relationship with God the Father, and that he is embarking on his Father's work. This is been made aware of to Jesus. And so even for us, we often have to become aware of our vocation or our task, our career in life. It doesn't just fall on our laps oftentimes. And sometimes we have to go several different directions, and sometimes we maybe go hit a few dead ends here and there to bring us to where we need to be. Now, in our first reading from the first book of Samuel, Hannah, before this text is probably felt that time had stopped as well. She probably felt like she was in junior high or high school, because she's pleading for a child and she has not conceived a child. And yet when she eventually does conceive a child, as she does in our reading, she is grateful. She sees her child as truly a gift from God. But hopefully we see all children as gift of God. In our second reading really emphasizes that we are children of God, and we have to live up to that dignity and obviously see others with that dignity as well. We may make bad choices, others may make bad choices, but at the end of the day, we're all children of God. And I'm sure sometimes parents want to give, just like Hannah did, want to give their children, to God in service. But we are all called to serve God in our own way through our work and through our efforts. We are to do everything in the name of God, who gives us the gifts, who gives us the strength to carry out whatever is our task at hand. So as we gather around the table, Lord, this is a time for us just to slow down a little bit, to relax in the pew, as much as you can relax in the pew, and to give God thanks for the gift of our life, and to do our part to build up our families, to be grateful for the people that we journey with, and to do our part to make our family and our society a better place.